Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to the channel. This is Chris. I hope you're doing good. I recently ran into some people asking me which of the square or the octagonal G-Shock I would choose and why. And there are a couple reasons over the years that made me choose one over the other, and I will tell you what these reasons are in this very video. So if you're someone trying to decide between the form factor of these two watches, this is the video for you. Let's do it. The very first thing that I don't like about the octagonal one, which I have on the left here, is the scratch resistance. So as you can see here, this is very, very flush, like the actual, edges and the bezel is flushed with the glass itself, as you can see when I do this. What that means is that you have more chances and will be more likely to get scratched more easily. In fact, if you look, I don't know if you can see here, but I have a couple, 2 or 3 scratches over here, and these were caused when I took this in holidays. I went to the ocean with it, and I managed to scratch it over here. Wherein this guy that also came with me didn't get any scratch. You can see it is impeccable, and the reason is because the bezel here is a little more raised on the square than on the octagonal version of these two G-Shocks. So that is the first reason, because there's one thing I can't stand is having scratches on the glass. Now, when you buy higher end watches, you normally have sapphire crystal, which means that there will most likely not get scratched anytime soon unless you scratch them with a diamond or you really intend to scratch them, but otherwise they will stay pretty intact, and you can see there are scratches here. So that's the very first point why I prefer the square over this guy. The other reason is because I have a small wrist. So when you put the square on your wrist, it tends to look a little better than when you put this guy. If you have a small wrist. If you have a larger wrist, I would say above 7 inches, this oak or octagonal shape looks good, and they will both look good no matter what. I mean, they both look good on my wrist, but I feel more comfortable with this one. I feel like the square is a little better. It's not as wide, the height here is a little shorter on this guy, and that makes a huge difference on the wrist. So if you're someone that has a small wrist, I would highly suggest you go with the square. Now, if you do like this analog and digital type of look, or you just like the bigger look, then obviously go with this oak model. I like the fact that this is just analog on the square. I think it looks a little better if, for example, you take one of these watches in full metal, like in stainless steel. I think the oak looks very, very good, looks more classy probably than the square. The square is a little more digital and almost more geeky. It is also more classic, and it is the absolute reference in terms of G-Shock, because this is the first model that was ever released. But if you want something that looks a little bit more dressy or a bit better, I would definitely look for buying an octagonal type of G-Shock, an oak, because it will look a little better with a suit, or even if you're dressed a little better, a little more aggressive, and something about the hands and the digital mixed together that looks really, really neat. So overall, this is my take on these two watches that I've been wearing and I'm rocking almost every day. The both of them, it's hard for me to choose one over the other. They both have great designs and functions and features. They're both solar. This one is Bluetooth control. This one has multi-band 6 only. So they both keep good time, like the perfect time, so you're not gonna have any problem for that. But what do you guys think? Which one is the one you prefer? Which one would you wear if you were to have both these G-Shocks on your wrist? Do you own one or the other? Do you own both? Why is that? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching this video. I hope to see you soon in the next one. Happy New Year. Don't forget to subscribe if you didn't do it yet and you don't want to miss any of my future content, and I see you soon. Cheers.